It began like any other Outlander promotional event, cameras flashing, reporters buzzing, fans craning for a glimpse of their favorite on-screen couple. But in a single, fleeting moment, something happened that no one could have anticipated, and now, the entire internet can't stop talking about it. Sam Heughan and Caitríona Balfe, the pair who've spent nearly a decade bringing one of television's most powerful love stories to life, shared a moment so raw, so breathtakingly real, that fans around the world are still shouting, "We're not okay." It unfolded during a red carpet interview celebrating the Outlander finale. The two stood side by side as always, laughing, teasing, effortlessly in sync. Then came the question, what will you miss most about each other? Caitríona turned toward him, smiling softly. "Oh, that's easy," she said. "Everything." For a heartbeat, Sam just looked at her, that signature grin fading into something quieter, deeper. "Don't," he murmured, voice trembling just enough to be heard over the crowd. "You'll make me emotional." And that was it, the moment that set the fandom on fire. Within minutes, the clip exploded across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Hashtags like #SamandCat, #OutlanderForever, and #WeCan'tHandleThis trended worldwide. Fans dissected the exchange frame by frame. "Did you see his face? That wasn't acting." Another wrote, "The way he looked at her, like the world disappeared." But then came the slow-motion edits, the softened eyes, the breath he took as if holding back words he could never say aloud. It wasn't loud or staged, it was heartbreakingly human. Reporters tried to move on, but the atmosphere had shifted. Sam and Caitríona exchanged glances, nervous laughs, aware that something far more intimate had slipped through the cracks of the interview. When the reporter joked, "You're going to make fans cry again," Sam chuckled, "They'll survive, they're used to it." Of course, fans were anything but fine. TikTok was flooded with edits overlaid with romantic scores and captions like "Jamie and Claire," or "Sam and Caitríona. We'll never know." YouTube compilations appeared within hours, their most emotional moments, proof they're soulmates. But what made this moment different was its timing. With the series nearing its final chapter, emotions were already running high. After years of filming under grueling schedules, fans sensed this wasn't two actors doing press, it was two people saying an unspoken goodbye to a shared era. The laughter carried nostalgia, the silence between words, tenderness. As one fan beautifully posted, "We're not obsessed because we think they're together, we're obsessed because what they share feels real." In an industry built on illusion, Sam and Caitríona have always stood out for their authenticity. The quiet way they look out for one another in interviews, the teasing that feels less rehearsed and more instinctive, it's what made audiences believe in Outlander's magic long after the cameras stopped rolling. By night's end, headlines had taken over the internet. Outlander's Sam and Caitríona leave fans in tears after sweet red carpet moment, and Sam Heughan's reaction to Caitríona Balfe's words breaks the internet. To them, it might have been just another shared laugh. But to the millions watching, it was everything, a reminder of why the world fell in love with Outlander in the first place. Not just for Jamie and Claire's love story, but for the undeniable, enduring bond between the two people who gave them life. And yet, that wasn't the end. What happened off-camera would only deepen the connection fans felt. When the lights dimmed and the interviews wrapped, most reporters moved on. But a fans behind-the-scenes clip soon went viral. Sam and Caitríona were seen leaving together, laughing softly. She nudged him, he threw his head back, that unmistakable laugh echoing through the hallway. Then it happened, a gentle, instinctive gesture. Sam placed a hand on her back, just for a moment, protective and natural. It wasn't staged. It wasn't performative. It simply said, "I've got you." That single gesture broke the internet all over again. Fans flooded social media with new hashtags, #SamandCatForever, #WeCan'tHandleThis Part 2, #RealFriendshipGoals, and montages chronicling the decade-long journey. "Look how far they've come," one caption read. "Still the same warmth. Still that look." Yet according to those close to production, that moment wasn't just nostalgia, it was closure. They've been through so much together, one insider revealed. That night was their silent thank you, to each other, and to everything Outlander gave them. It wasn't about romance or rumors. It was about gratitude. For years, Sam and Caitríona have faced endless speculation. But through it all, they've remained grounded, handling it with grace. They reminded everyone that friendship, real, enduring friendship, can be just as powerful as any love story. And that's what fans witnessed that night, not two stars promoting a show, but two souls closing a chapter, still connected through trust that fame could never tarnish. Later, Sam posted a candid backstage photo, the two laughing together, captioned, "Couldn't have done it without her. What a journey." Within minutes, the post flooded with thousands of comments, fans thanking them for giving life to characters that had become part of their own stories. Caitríona reposted it with 3 simple words, "Always my partner." The internet melted down once again. Because sometimes, words aren't needed. Sometimes, a look, a laugh, or a hand on a shoulder says more than any script ever could. After so many seasons, interviews, and shared milestones, their bond still feels as authentic as the day they first met. It's in the way Sam instinctively defends her from intrusive questions. It's in how she lights up when he walks into a room. It's in the rhythm between them, unspoken, natural, unmistakable. That's why fans can't handle it. Because in a world of filters and facades, what Sam and Caitríona share is something real. Not crafted for cameras, but forged in shared experience, laughter, and respect. As one fan wrote, "It's not about shipping. It's about witnessing a rare, genuine connection." Maybe that's the secret of their magic. It's never just been about Outlander. It's about what Outlander revealed, 2 artists who remind us that sincerity still exists. At the end of the night, as the crowd thinned and the lights dimmed, someone caught one last glimpse backstage. Sam leaned close, whispered something that made Caitríona burst into laughter, the kind that comes from years of knowing. She shook her head, teasing. He smiled that quiet, knowing smile that needs no translation. 2 friends, 2 souls who grew up in front of the world and somehow never lost their heart. So yes, maybe we can't handle it. But maybe that's exactly the point. Because some connections aren't meant to be explained, only felt. As the lights faded and the crowd dispersed, one last moment lingered unseen by most. A quiet hallway, the echo of footsteps, and 2 familiar silhouettes walking side by side. Sam said something softly, the kind of line that never makes it into interviews, and Caitríona turned to look at him, smiling, eyes glistening with something that was neither sadness nor joy, but a mix of both. No cameras, no scripts, just 2 people standing on the edge of an ending, or perhaps, a beginning. Later that night, fans noticed something curious. Sam's post quietly disappeared, replaced by a single black and white photo, a blurred shot of 2 hands almost touching, with a caption that read only, "Some stories never really end." Within minutes, the internet erupted again. Was it a hint, a promise, or simply a farewell between 2 souls who had lived 1,000 lifetimes together, both on and off screen? No one knew for sure. But one thing was certain, whatever their story truly was, it wasn't over yet.